So over this past weekend, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, and Shazam were all the top 3 films in the box office. 3 comic book films were the top 3 films in the box office this past weekend, which is pretty insane, pretty incredible. And, Shazam was a decent film. It was pretty good. It was a fun film. I wouldn't say that's amazing or anything, but it was fun. It was a fun movie. Captain Marvel, I have mixed thoughts about the film, but overall, really not that great. And Avengers Endgame, I definitely have some mixed opinions about that movie as well, but overall, very, very well done movie. Very well done movie. With all of that being said, I just found it interesting that these 3 movies were the top movies of the box office, and I kind of wanted to talk about it for a second because I think this is really important. This really shows that comic book movies are very much indeed alive and still very successful right now in the box office, and I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. We have so many comic book movies that are going to be coming out over the next couple of years. It's actually insane, and it's probably just going to continue to pick up. I'm sure we'll be getting more and more comic book movies, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I hope happens. I hope that we get to the point where we kind of spread our wings a little bit when it comes to comic book movies. Talking about Hollywood and stuff, I hope that we get to the point where they start making more variety in their comic book movies. I don't want to see just more Marvel movies, more DC movies, and that type of stuff. I don't want to see, even Hellboy kind of had a similar type of feeling to those types of movies. They all just kind of feel the same after a while. They all just kind of feel like comic book movies that kind of feel like they're in the same vein of each other, and that's why I appreciated Glass. As much as Glass wasn't necessarily a comic book movie in a way, not that it was based off of a comic book or anything like that, it definitely had that type of feel to it in some instances. It had the superhero type of feel, but it was done in a very unique way that wasn't similar to any of the other comic book movies that come out, and that's why I'm excited about Brightburn. That's going to be coming out in June or July, I think, or maybe May. I don't remember when Brightburn comes out off the top of my head. There's so many movies that are coming out, so it's really hard for me to remember when it's coming out. But that's why I'm excited about Brightburn, is because it's a new twist on a story that we're all familiar with, and that's why I'm excited for that movie. So I hope that I hope we start to get more movies like that are comic book type of movies. I don't want to continue to see just Marvel movies and DC movies coming out. As much as I enjoy those movies, I hope that as the comic book movie genre continues to develop, we get more types of films in this genre. That's why I'm not really a big fan of the Western genre, is because it feels to me like a lot of those movies are the same. A lot of Western movies don't feel unique enough to me to appreciate that genre very much, which is why I like Quentin Tarantino's Western movies like Django Unchained and Hateful Eight, because those feel very different. Hateful Eight especially. Hateful Eight feels like a very, very unique Western movie. It's kind of like Clue meets a Western genre, and it's really awesome. And so I hope that we kind of get some of those types of movies more so in the comic book movie genre as well, instead of just it becoming saturated. So anyway, those are just kind of some thoughts that I had about the comic book movie genre, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm always hoping for better films. I'm always asking for better films. I always want better films, and this goes for movies in any genre and stuff. I've been a huge fan of the fantasy genre, but I am not very happy with most of the movies that we get in the fantasy genre. This genre is so rich, and there's so much potential in this genre, but people don't really know how to make good fantasy movies very much. Because of that, most of them are just crap, which is why I continue to say we need better fantasy movies. We just do. And it kind of feels like a lot of these genres just really aren't giving very many good movies in their respective genres anymore. As far as sci-fi goes, Denis Villeneuve is one of the only directors who's actually making good sci-fi films right now. He made Blade Runner 2049, Arrival, those types of films. So, he's fantastic in what he does. And we need more Denis Villeneuve's types of people, more Christopher Nolan type of people in the comic book movie genre and the fantasy genre and those types of genres as well. Hopefully we get some more people that will be cropping up who will do great jobs in these genres, but right now, you know, it just doesn't really feel like that's the case. But anyway, those are just kind of my thoughts about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.